What's going on, everybody? Welcome into your Impact Wrestling review for 6/15/2017. I am D Sing J. Wait, never mind. Um, you'll get that later if you didn't watch the show and you need the review for you to get the full recap of the show. You get it. You understand later. But DJ CaseE Rabid is supposed to be on the way. Don't know. Um, he is literally on the way to his house right now, so I don't know if he literally on the way here or what. But anyway, we got your Impact Wrestling review right here, waiting on you. I mean, it's been waiting all day. It's been waiting all day, and now it's finally. We started off with the video package, basically on kind of Sonjay Dutt and Loki main eventing the show. They had another one a little bit later, which I think I liked a little bit more, which was kind of seeing them battle and they're kind of old, like the older matches that they had kind of in the original X division, which was pretty cool. I really like that one more than I like the first one. I like the first one, but I always like to kind of go back and see these guys battling before now. CaseE, any thoughts on the opening video package or that second video package that they played a little later?
Every time I actually write notes, you jump everything together, and then I gotta search through my notes to see what I wrote.
Bro, it's not that difficult if you would put like bullet points to what we talking about on the thing. But I'm just saying.
I do, but they in the notes, and I gotta go through the notes to find the bullet points. And this man just can't go in an order. In the order, he gotta jumble everything together. Gotta put all of it together, and it ruins the show, ruins the flow of my mind.
Your mind ain't got no flow. Shut up.
I hate you. I hate you so much. I don't know. I liked it. I definitely liked the Sanjay Dutt video package. The only thing that was confusing to me is when he said he challenged for the X Division title on many occasions. Why did they only show him losing to Loki? I'm pretty sure he challenged other X Division champions. It wasn't Loki every time. Like, that was just weird to me. And I definitely liked, you probably was going to add it in here too, because that's what you do. I like the Sanjay or the Loki promo later on.
But don't it make more logical sense to? I mean, they're all about the same.
Nah, it don't make logical sense because that's not how the show went. They didn't put all together in one segment.
And that's why the reviews last for 3 years. I'm just saying. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the Sony 6 Invitational Gauntlet match. It sounded like the dude that was ring announcing said something else, and I couldn't keep up. He was going too quick. But I enjoyed this little gauntlet. I always like the gauntlet matches. They're always pretty cool. It was for a trophy, a little trophy that they had. I wonder how long it's going to be before it gets destroyed. But we had Suicide and Matt Sydal. They basically started the match. Um, pretty much it was a good match. I mean, it was a good little start to the show. Also, we had Raven, quit hitting on my microphone. Also, we had David Richards come in. Eddie Edwards took him out, which that was pretty cool. I like the little double elimination there. Then I remember Swoggle coming out, and I was kind of hyped. It took Swoggle like 3 years to get down to the ring, though. I mean, I know he got short legs, but it took him forever.
Bruh.
It took the man. It took the man forever, and he didn't mean to pull his pants down. That's all I got to say. But Swoggle's offense, he tried. He did. He put in his best effort. He put in his best effort to do some great things in this match, and they just wouldn't let him. They just wouldn't let him. For some reason they won't selling it right. I felt like. I think that's what it was. I feel like they just won't selling his moves like they was supposed to. Like, what about you? You feel like they just won't selling it right?
I mean, I'm gonna talk about the match, in general.
Okay, I mean, I just wondered if you felt like they won't really selling it like they was supposed to.
I mean, you know, I will get to that when I get to that.
Okay. We also had KM. He came into the match. He actually was in the final two, which shocked the heck out of me. Even though I love KM, but still. Rockstar Spud came in and went after Swaggle. Rockstar Spud got eliminated before Swaggle, but then when Congo Kong tried to eliminate Swaggle, which was like the typical heel move, when Congo Kong went to eliminate Swaggle, basically, I mean, Swaggle, Rockstar Spud did it. He did it, and he meant to do it this time. He didn't pull his pants down, but he meant to eliminate him this time. I still think the credit goes to Congo Kong, though. I'm just saying. Kong would then go on like an eliminating spree. Moose would come out, which I thought was kind of cool since he was the champion as well. And then Mahabali Shera comes out to a nice little ovation. And then as soon as Shera came out, I was like, I know who's winning this match. For some reason, I didn't think about Shera at first. I don't know why, but I have no idea why I didn't think about him at first. Probably because we haven't seen him yet. But like in the ring, and I was like, oh yeah, Mahabali, yeah, oh yeah, that's right, Mahabali Shera. So he ended up winning, which I was hyped about. I like to dance and I like the fun as well, so I get it. I was still surprised that he was in there with KM. I was so surprised that KM was the last person. I would expect it to be maybe Congo Kong or something like that, but that was kind of surprising. David Rich was also in the match. I don't know if I mentioned him. I think I hit everybody if I'm not mistaken. But it was a good little it was a good match. At first I thought it was just gonna be an X Division match. I don't know if that came off like that to you as well, because this wasn't ever really announced. So I just kind of based it off of the first two people I saw, which was Suicide and Matt Sydal, and it kind of confused me a little bit. CaseE, any thoughts on the I almost said the Congo Kong Invitational Gauntlet. The Sony Invitational Gauntlet match.
Yeah, you know, Sony 6, Congo Kong, they similar. They similar. They're not at all. I don't know. I feel like Suicide and Matt Sydal would have been a great start to this match if we had a good Suicide, and we don't. We really don't. Like, whoever it is under the mask, I like you as a person. You just suck at Suicide. You're really bad. I didn't like KM in this match. I like him. I just feel like in this match, nothing he did felt believable to me. I don't know if it was just him not selling right or what. But everything he did in this match just to me came off as not believable. I love Swaggle coming out and trying to chop Davey and KM. I was like, bruh, this man just tried it. He kept trying, and I'm like, oh, at least sell him a little bit. Come on now. I kind of wanted Laurel to come out with Congo Kong and just taunt everybody that he eliminated. I thought that would have been hilarious. Then also, when Congo Kong put Swaggle over the top rope, I don't know about you, I was waiting for Swaggle to somehow suplex Congo Kong over the top rope. I was waiting for that. I was like, that would have been the greatest thing ever. Then they tried to. I feel like DJ was probably the only person that was surprised that Mahabali Shera was the last entrant. Like,
I was like, I was like, oh, my boy.
Literally.
I thought it was funny too that he didn't do the dancing thing, but the crowd everybody was doing it.
Like, the only way they can make this any more predictable is if somebody came out before the match and was like, hey, Mahabali Shera gonna win this match. Like, bruh. And then this man acts like, you know, he wins this trophy that they probably made like last week. And he's on his knees weeping like Shawn Michaels when he won the WWF Championship for the first time. And I'm like, bruh.
He won in his home country, done it. He ain't done nothing since for a long time. He deserved it.
That's like the first thing he ever did, period. Like, Like, it didn't even look like a legit trophy. It looked plastic. I'm just saying. Like, I love you, Sony. I do. You know, I play with the PS4 all the time, but like, can you make it like at least make it a bigger trophy? And then in that, it was pathetic. I'm just, bruh. But yeah, no, it was a good match. I just what is that? You know, what is that trophy gonna get him? Does it get him a title shot? Like, I mean, I get it.
Him a trophy, obviously.
I get that it's the prestigious.
I thought that was funny too. Yeah, I thought that was funny too. When he said prestigious, all I thought was GFW. Anyway, we had the D'Angelo Williams thing. Basically, Josh Matthews was getting ready for his little sparring doohickey thing. Which it was weird seeing Josh Matthews not in a suit this week. It was kind of weird. But I like the kind of mention of D'Angelo Williams wanting to become a wrestler, which I didn't actually know. And then they kind of showed him training, which I thought was nice because a lot of times, like, we've seen this before when like a celebrity wants to get into wrestling and they just kind of get thrown into the ring, which is probably what's going to happen a little bit. But at least you have to kind of see that he's training or trying to train. And the one thing about a professional athlete is at least they want to be good at what they do. So I thought it was cool that they kind of showing his training clips. Any thoughts on D'Angelo Williams participating in the Slamversary and he training, trying to get a little better at the wrestling?
Like,
and he's gonna be Moose's partner.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I don't have a problem with him like getting into wrestling. Other athletes have done it. Moose did it. Moose used to play in the NFL, so he did it and did it well. But I think Slammiversary is way too soon to throw him in the ring. Let him train. Let him actually learn like Moose did, and have him feel legitimate.
But are you gonna be a typical wrestling fan and hate him because he didn't come from the Indies?
No, I'm not gonna hate him, but like, I just don't want to. If he's gonna train, okay, go and train and get as good as you can for your for beginning. I just don't want it to feel like they're just throwing a celebrity in the ring, which a lot of times, even when they're training and they push them in too soon, that's what it feels like. Especially for Slammiversary, like we said, we're already going to have that Steiner match that's not going to be good at all. We don't need to throw another match that's going to be kind of like crappy. I mean, this is Slammiversary. This is supposed to be the biggest show of the year for you. I don't know. But definitely, if he wants to get into wrestling, go for it. I didn't like the stuff they showed just because they only showed him doing like 3 or 4 different things and none of them looked real good. I'm just saying. But yeah, if I didn't know he was actually leave or getting out of football and going into. I knew he was a free agent, but
well, I mean, no one wants to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers for any longer than he did. So, I mean, I commend him for just playing for that long. I would have retired a long time ago.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I would like to see him train a little bit longer just to make it feel legitimate, I mean, but he should go through the Andes. I'm just saying,
and dive. Next, we had the Jeremy Borash and Joseph Park training again. Joseph Park was trying to take him to the Kung Fu Dojo, and I think he asked Siri to take him to the Kung Fu Dojo, and she took him to the Chinese super buffet of Chinese or something. Like, I think she just got confused, but they went ahead and they went ahead and they enjoyed the buffet. They did. Then they said we're gonna go and do some film study, which I thought was funny. I like these little Joseph Park, Jerry Boy segment. Joseph Park is hilarious. Thoughts on the first Joseph Park Jerry Boy segment video?
Oh, now we're gonna split him up. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
do what I want.
I, I, I love them rolling up to the Chinese restaurant, and he's like, "Oh, I get confused with Kung Fu, Kung Pao." This man, it was so good. And then uh, it was good. I like the other segments a little bit better because they got funnier as the night went on, but definitely like the Chinese food one.
Um, then we had the LAX in the clubhouse video. Conan was kind of mentioning that they won't be able to make it to India, but they're going to go around to other little independent promotions and beat everybody else up. Which I like. I'm excited for it. The only thing about it is I don't necessarily like what they showed tonight as far as like the previews of it. And this might just be me, but it looked very Expedition of Gold esque to me. And I don't really want to see the same thing, even though we didn't get to see the end of that, but still. But anyway, CaseE, thoughts on the LAX clubhouse?
I I like this segment. I like them talking about how Impact is going to India, but they can't go because they have priors. I was like, bruh. I was like, I hope everyone caught that. That was funny. Um, I also do like them talking about going to different promotions. They mentioned Rev Pro and a couple other indie promotions. I would. I don't necessarily want to see something like the Expedition of Gold, but I would like to see them kind of, you know, almost similar to the Hardys, but just going to different promotions and just, attacking their top stars or, interfering in matches or something like that. I think that would be something cool to see. Just kind of, again, kind of like we said during the Expedition of Gold, but not necessarily international, but get more eyes interested in these other indie promotions. You know what I mean? Um, but definitely, like I like the LAX segment.
All right. Then we had EC3, or I guess we say ES3 tonight. Um, addressing India. He called himself E Sing 3. And I like it was funny because I caught the like his theme music was a little bit different. So that's what I think really got me. Um, and he was with someone else, which was his translator, which I think turned his heel meter up to like 100 to the the fans in India. Like that was hilarious. They were so upset about this translator. Now I don't know how much of English they do actually understand, um, but I just thought it was funny how how much heat that translator got just for translating for EC3. Um, but I definitely like the segment. EC3 is talking about how he's rich and how the people in India won't ever be anywhere near it. It was just funny. I liked it. He at one point the kind of closer to the end, he asked the translator to translate something for him, and he had just derailed India as a country, and the translator didn't want to do it, so EC3 kicked him and then took his belt off and beat him with it, his own belt. That poor man. And then James Storm came out, and EC3 fled the scene as he usually does. I really like this the belt stuff. I don't know what it is about it, but I like that he's just beating everyone up with it. Like, and it's kind of it's consistent. But CaseE, thoughts on E Sing 3?
Well, first of all, I don't know how much English they understand, but I'm sure it's more than Sarah understands because she's Canadian and she's watching right now. But first of all, this man needs to stop taking other men's belts off and whipping them with him because it gives me the wrong idea when I see him go for someone's belt when they, I'm just saying it Just stop it. Like,
Why you thinking like that? You've been watching too much Velveteen Dream.
I have. I have. It's getting my
It was
mind.
that look he gave you. Now you just the mind is gone.
I can't. I can't think. Oh, it's just anyway. The only issue that I have is why are, and maybe I'm just looking way into this and I shouldn't, but like, why are we cheering for James Storm coming out to help the translator? First of all, the music didn't even hit until well into the whooping. Then James Storm didn't even come out until a few minutes after that, and he just comes out casually. He doesn't run out.
I noticed that too. He was just like,
Like,
"Yeah, I'll
bruh,
make it down, nigga."
like, like any real face would have ran out there and helped, but nah, James Storm's like, I'm just going casually. I'm a, I was like, why are we cheering this man? He is a heel. This is, bruh. But yeah, E Sing 3. And Sarah sent me something. She probably mad that I said something about.
You hate me. Oh, sorry. That's funny. We had the video with Spud and Swaggle from catering. This was the greatest thing. This is the greatest feud of all time ever in life. Like, bruh, he didn't mean to pull his pants down, dang on it. I still don't know why Spud's the heel. Like, I'm never gonna understand why Spud's the heel. Spud was the one in the hospital struggling. Like, why is he the heel? It makes no sense. But they were eyeing each other, and then they kind of went back and forth about their whole rivalry and everything. And then Swaggle pushes Spud's face through his food. No, and then Spud chases him off. That was funny. I thought that was hilarious. Any thoughts on Spud and Swaggle and catering?
I love this thing. Swoggle's like, you beat me with a hammer after you pulled my pants down. I'm like, and then the guy's face when Swaggle shoves Spud's face into his food. He's just like, oh! I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. They need those random Indian guys just making weird like expressions and stuff when they do anything. This feud should never end ever. I don't care who's the heel and who's the face. This is just the greatest thing ever.
He didn't mean to pull his pants down. Come on.
You beat me with a hammer after you pulled my pants down. I was
like, Josh Matthews goes to the ring with his goat shirt, obviously. And I thought this was funny. He basically kind of just talked about how he and Scott Steiner are gonna, kill JV and Joseph Park. And he talks about how he can't touch JV until the pay-per-view, which CaseE has sent me something about this, and I always think the same thing when they do that, when they do this particular thing. Why does JB want Josh to hit him? They're both gonna get fired. Do they not understand the concept of if one of you hits the other one, both of you get fired? It's not the original concept of like, whoever hits who gets fired. No, it's both of you. Do you not understand that concept? I don't understand why they can't get, bruh. Anyway, I'm sure you will mention that as well, probably. But he picked an opponent named Sandeep some he has some sort of Indian name. He was a star on the cricket team, which I thought was funny. I think he was like in the Olympics or something too. Like he was all kinds of stuff. This man was a fat dude in a singlet. I don't remember. I don't think he was in the Olympics. Sorry, bruh. I thought it was funny that Josh Matthews came out with the arm drag. and it won't bad. Like considering he hasn't wrestled in 15 years, it won't bad. I won't mad about it. Um, and then what else did he do? He did that, and I think a hip toss, if I'm not mistaken. And then this man, where he get the swanton bomb from though? Like that was the best move I seen him hit. I was like, okay, Josh, you can do a little something. And then locks in the worst Steiner recliner in the history of Steiner recliners. I mean, the Steiner recliner ain't great anyway. When like the way it's performed, probably because the person underneath is on his knees. But still, bruh. Anyway, Josh Matthews, he still kind of got it. After the match, Matthews still, after the match, he still got Steiner recliner on the jobber. Mahabali Share comes out, and how can you? I mean, you go from the highest of highs, I guess, to the lowest of lows. This man in the Steiner recliner of Josh Matthews after Lashley knocked him down, and then Alberto El Patron comes out. Poor Shira, man. Anyway, man, I don't know what to say about this anymore. CaseE, I almost called you Matthews. I'm so confused. Any thoughts on the Matthews Sandy match and the before the match and the after the match? And I mean, I'm sorry I put everything together, but I mean, it was all the thoughts, CaseE.
I like that. I love that they mentioned Tough Enough. That was funny. His opponent was, and DJ gonna get mad at this one. He gonna get mad. He is. But his opponent was basically the Indian Grado. I thought, I was like, it's the Indian Grado. I was waiting for this guy to just completely humiliate Josh somehow and win the match. I was waiting for it. The only thing I was really confused at is, why did Lashley come out to help Josh? Other than him being on his team once, Lashley has nothing to do with this feud. Why did he come out? Bruh. I mean, okay. Unless they just trying to get all their stars on every show. Because, you got to show all your stars to the Indian peoples. It just confused me that Lashley came out, and I was like, why? I don't understand. You couldn't get Scott Steiner to come out? Like, he can't come. I mean, does he have priors too? Can he not go to India? Is that a thing? I was just confused at that. But yeah, it was the Indian Grado. I'm just saying that.
All right. Next we went back to training with JB and Joseph Park. Joseph Park was playing with the action figures. It was funny. He had, like, at the very beginning, I mean, I could see the Scott Steiner one, but I could not figure out who the other guy was. But I knew it was supposed to be Josh Matthews, but it wasn't Josh Matthews, and that just cracked me up within itself. He mentioned that it was Magnus because Josh Matthews doesn't have an action figure. I thought it was funny. He was doing the little percentage promo that Scott Steiner messed up a while back. Messed up, back when he was in Impact, which was funny. The 33%, and I got a 66%. Like, I don't even remember what he said completely, but it was hilarious. And then they played the tape of Scott Steiner, and he was doing the promo. And Joseph Park says, I don't know how he ever got over. His promos suck. And I was done from there on out with Joseph Park. And then, they got to the real, like, intimidating part, I guess, and that was funny. Man, that was pretty funny. And then the phone starts ringing, and they think it's gonna be Steiner. But oh goodness. CaseE, thoughts on the segment?
I love Joseph Park playing with the action figures. Then they watch the terrible Scott Steiner promos. I love Joseph Park. He's like, roll that beautiful bean footage. I'm like, bro. Man. I miss Abyss, but they need to never. No. I really wish Joseph Park and Abyss were actually two people because we need both of them. We need both of them right now. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right, let's continue. We had Trevor Lee versus Braxton Sutter. This was a jobber match, ironically enough. I don't know if it was supposed to be one, but it sure did feel like it. I was surprised at how quick this match was. Not only how quick this match was, but like I was surprised that Trevor Lee got beat like he did because I mean he was like before Loki, he was the X Division champion. So to me, that just didn't make sense. That Sutter would beat him that quickly. After the match, Sienna comes out with Laurel Van Ness, and she wants to try to issue a challenge to Allie and her new ally Rosemary. And she kind of wants to see if she's actually going to, if Rosemary's actually going to show up. But I'm excited for the match next week to see what they're gonna do with that. But I was really surprised by this match. CaseE, thoughts on Trevor Lee versus Braxton Sutter?
Braxton sucks. He cheated. He had a handful of tights. I saw it. I loved Sienna and Laurel coming out. I love Laurel. Just the expression she makes and her just kind of staggering around. So great. I'm definitely excited for Sienna and Laurel versus Allie and Rosemary next week. Should be an interesting match. But yeah, Braxton sucks. He's terrible. He'll charge you $5.
All right, we gonna continue. But CaseE starts talking about how he got charged $5 one time. We
Full of
had
picture. Full of picture. That man $5.
We had Moose in the ring, which was weird because he had already had a match, so I thought it was weird that he was in the ring. He started to talk about how he beat Eli Drake, and we hear Eli Drake, and you know we hear Eli Drake's music. He comes out with Chris Adonis, and I like this. Chris Adonis and Eli Drake basically they are trying to issue a challenge for Moose, and Moose will reveal his partner next week. Gonna be D'Angelo Williams. I'm just saying. They're gonna have a match at Slammiversary, which I hate because I would rather see the Grand Championship. Like I know we see the Grand Championship defended a lot, but I feel like, especially considering Slammiversary is one of their bigger pay-per-views or one of their only pay-per-views, that definitely the Grand Championship should be defended on the show. That's just me. But anyway, CaseE, any thoughts on the Moose, Chris Adonis, Eli Drake together in one area segment?
This was a segment.
Bro.
Yeah, I didn't care about it though.
All right. We had the JB and Joseph Park, the last JB and Joseph Park segment, where they where it was Scott Steiner calling. They answered the phone, and he was just being Scott Steiner and saying stuff that I didn't understand. I like that. He called them both fat and said he hates fat. he said a lot of words that they couldn't play on TV, which was funny, and typical Scott Steiner. I like this segment though; it was funny, and I love how they no one wanted to hang up on him. They just kind of ran away, and he was still talking, like they were there. CaseE, thoughts on the last Joseph Park Jerry Boyer segment?
It was funny. Joseph Park's like, "Oh God, JB, he's gonna kill us." I was like, I just wish they could have made it actually feel like an actual video call. To me, it just felt like a random YouTube video that Steiner made with his like a crappy cell phone, which is probably what they took. Like he probably just had a rant on like YouTube, and they're like, you know what? Let's take this and make it seem like a video call, even though it's not. Um, but yeah, oh God, JB, he's gonna kill us. I was like,
All right. Let's jump into the main event of the evening. Sonjay Dutt versus Loki for the X Division Championship. CaseE, I'm gonna let you give your thoughts first because I feel like I haven't given you a match, and I'm gonna give you this one. Go.
oh God. I swear I thought this was supposed to be some sort of said that word last week, and I was like, yeah, and but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was just a normal match. Pretty good match. I loved the reversal springboard side Russian leg sweep by Sonjay Dutt on Loki when they both jumped on the second rope. That was pretty cool. It was a good match. I'm definitely happy that Sonjay won, but for some reason I wasn't as excited as I wanted to be. I don't know if they just kind of I don't know if they pushed it too long or what it was, or maybe just because it wasn't like on a pay-per-view and I feel like it should have been.
Was it because it was too predictable? Maybe.
Could have been.
Because if he would have won when he first came back, which obviously he couldn't because his eye was dying inside of him, like I felt like it would have been a little bit more exciting. But because I think it was in India and we all knew he was gonna win, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, I just didn't have that like exciting like mark out moment, that I wanted to have, and I was just like I'm excited and I'm happy, but like I don't know, it just they killed it for me a little bit, but definitely a good match. Loki, he ain't the champion no more. No, Sanjay Dutt is no longer a B+ player. DJ.
I definitely like the match too. I just felt like it was. I didn't think it was as good as it could have been. Like I feel like this match could have been really, really, really good, and for some reason it just wasn't as good as I expected it to be. I'm not saying it wasn't a good match. I don't think it was as good as I felt like it was gonna be coming into it. I still wish Sonjay Dutt would have came out and ripped the eye patch off. I'm just saying he needed it anyway. Eventually Loki just took it off. So but I did like Loki going after the eye. That's like heel tactics 101. I find it weird that Loki just randomly became a heel in this too. I also thought it was funny. I don't know about you, but Loki was doing something on the outside, and freaking Jeremy Boyer said he can come from anywhere, and I thought about him just jumping out of anywhere from with the BDC. I thought that was hilarious. But I mean, it was a good match. I like the little push into the apron spot. I don't know what happened with the moonsault, but I think he played it off well, kind of just throwing him into the apron. I felt like he did a good job of kind of playing it off. This was a good match. I enjoyed it. Just not as good as I thought it was gonna be. Like I felt like it could have been better. But I kind of want to see who's gonna challenge Sonjay at Slammiversary. Is it gonna be Loki again, or I mean, you would think it would be, just because like with 3 weeks left, I don't think they would put someone else in it. But then again, they could do an Ultimate X match, which I feel like they really should. Just because this match could be good at Slammiversary, but it's been a while since they've had an Ultimate X match. I feel like at Slammiversary, and I might be wrong. It might have been last year they had one, but like before then, it feels like it's been it's been a little bit. But good match. Just thought it could have been a little bit better. Also like kind of when they first came out and they were coming actually to the ring, not down the ramp, but from like outside or whatever. I like that Loki kind of had his eye covered up or whatever. I thought he was gonna come out like that, but I like that he kind of had his eye covered up, so it kind of reminds you of that injury that he had suffered last week. But good match. I definitely felt like this show was kind of long, just because there were just so many segments, but it wasn't necessarily a bad show, but I don't think it was the best show they've had. Some of the matches were short and underwhelming at times, but you know, I guess we'll see you guys for the next review. I think the next review we'll have is probably the bank review. It's probably going to be the next one we'll end up having. But I do hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to follow us at Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us at Twitter on ICW_podcast. I think it works. Follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, obviously. Share the video with any of your Impact Wrestling fans. We will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was your Impact Wrestling review for 6/15/2017 on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an Instant Classic.